Good evening, everybody. My name is Al Terminello. I'm the co-chairman of the Revere Veterans Committee, along with my partner in crime over there, Councilor Ira Novoselsky, in the city of Revere, led by Mayor Dan Rizzo, and the City Council, and our state delegation, who we'll get to in a little bit. We'd like to welcome you all to our annual Revere Veterans Celebration.
Hey, all right, huh, come on!
Hey, I know you had to hold up the applause cards, but we will. Tonight's a very, very special night for the city. I believe honoring the veterans is a very important thing, and you'll hear from a few people now, and they'll tell you that. But first, I'd like to introduce the people that we're here for. Okay, and the veterans, if you can, please stand up that are in the audience tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's give a round of applause for our veterans. This is what we do this for, because they gave everything for us. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have everybody here. Well, we're going to bring this thing to order right now, so we're going to welcome in a special group of people who we've come to really depend on a lot, and I've come to admire a lot. Is the Revere High School JROTC Color Guard, and the whole program actually is something that the city should be very proud of. The kids are great, they do well, they never say no, and they're involved in the community, and they keep adding more and more to doing more for the community. So Sergeant Major Callender will be bringing up the Revere High School Junior ROTC Color Guard. So please, Sergeant Major, everybody please rise.
What are we doing first?
Pledge of Allegiance, then the stars.
Yeah, Pledge of Allegiance first. Then do I have that? No,
I do it.
You do it. You get a whole boat. You do the pledge.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Praise thy arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The national anthem.
Forward, march.
I needed that bitch out. Okay, between juggling two microphones and trying to figure out who I am, I can do that. Okay, again, that was the Revere High School JROTC program, and something, please be seated, I'm sorry, please. a great bunch, something the city can be very proud of, that program. In a couple of years, they've come to be one of the best in the state in only a couple of short years. So again, we're very proud of them. Okay, this gentleman is one that needs no introduction to the city. And he's always gracious with his presence, and he has something to say, bringing the greetings of the city and to the veterans is Mayor Dan Rizzo.
There you got the whole book.
Thank you so much, Al, and thanks to all of you for your coming out to celebrate with us here at our Veterans Day services. My gratitude goes out to all of my comrades who have served in the military, and it's an honor for me to preside over the greetings of the city to all of you that have served and are participating in this. As many of you know, Veterans Day was officially named in 1954 with legislation that was signed by President Eisenhower. But most would recall that November 11th at one time was Armistice Day, a commemoration of lives lost during World War I. There used to be a moment of silence each year at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Of course, World War I did not turn out to be the war to end all wars, as President Woodrow Wilson said, not by a long shot, unfortunately. And so here we are today honoring the men and women of our armed forces who have served and continue to serve across the world. Our journey to veteran status took many paths. Some of us volunteered, which we found out later is not always a great idea. Some came from ROTC or other academies. Many were invited by local draft boards. But whatever our paths, background, or religion we hail from, once we raised our hand and took our oath, we joined a group greater than ourselves, where our individualism was subordinated for the greater good of the unit we were in. From basic training on, sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Marines are drilled on the importance of discipline, unit cohesion, and loyalty. And you can see some of that here by our great kids just at a young age, the ROTC kids that you saw here today, the honor in which they treat and respect that they have for our armed forces. They are just a tremendous bunch of kids. And it's something that we all learn as members of the military. The military has provided us with an invaluable education, what would become a PhD in life. We encountered people from all strata, learned from them, depended on them, protected them. And along the way, we learned so much about ourselves, with many of us discovering that we had much more courage, self-reliance, endurance, and leadership potential than we ever had imagined. For some, a career was born. Much has been said about our service, how we fought to preserve the American way, how we fought to protect our country's freedom of speech, religion, and opportunities to plan our own destinies. All that and more is true, and I'm sure there are more than a few genuine heroes in our midst here today. But few of us think of those terms as we contemplate Veterans Day. Rather, we think about our service and those we served with, the tight bonds we developed, the constant caring and responsibility for those to our left and right, the shared experiences, the friendships, the camaraderie, and all of these aspects heightened whenever we were in a combat situation. You know that if you've ever had the immense privilege of walking through the cemetery in Normandy, or have watched services being held at the Vietnam Memorial as soldiers touch the names of lost comrades and trace their hand along the service time, what it all means to call each other comrade. And so today we remember and honor all the veterans in our lives, past and present, that some of them acted heroically should not go unnoticed. But of primary importance is that when the call of duty came, when our country's leaders assigned a mission, Our band of brothers and sisters and citizen soldiers all step forward to serve. That is the special message that we all share on Veterans Day. Thank you all for coming.
Heavy burden to get rid of here, isn't it? Mr. Mayor, please stay up here. We had this actually for you last year, and I know there were a few things, but we're going to find the right one. Did you mark it?
No, they did not.
It's the one that says reusable.
You're not talking about my position.
No, we're talking about
Leftover.
our certificates, papers. We don't want to not kill another tree around here, Mr. Mayor, on behalf of the Revere Veterans Committee, I'll read this one here. It's a certificate of appreciation presented to Mayor Daniel Rizzo, an acknowledgement for your, I hate these words he puts in here, your extraordinary and distinguished and meritorious achievement in ongoing efforts to honor and support our nation's and Revere's veterans. This certificate is presented by the Revere Veterans Committee in the city of Revere, signed by myself, Ira Novoselsky, and Nick Boa, the Director of Revere Veterans Services. And it means more that having you as a mayor and having us as a veteran to the city of Revere. Again, thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Al.
I can't do both. We're juggling here.
Hold it up.
We got one picture over here, please. This really is a great night. We have so many good people in this city that the word I never hear is no. So, and another person that's here that never says no to me, and to probably anybody else, but as long as he doesn't say no to me, that's all that really matters, is a great guy. Is a Speaker of the House. He's a Revere representative. He represents Revere and Winthrop, and he's a really close friend to everybody. The veterans he can't do enough for. So Speaker Bob DeLeo. You have to do two.
One in each hand. Don't go like this.
It's a little bit different. I feel like I'm going to be a juggler or something like this. Thank you very much, Al, for that very kind introduction, and to you and to Ira, congratulations for what you do each and every year to make sure that we give special homage to all of our veterans. Thank you both very much for both of you. And of course, to our great veteran service agent, which I can tell you does just an unbelievable job in any calls which we may have from our office, or I see him up in the State House fighting for veterans services. Nick Boa, thank you very much, Nick, to have you here. And I'm so honored to join with my colleague, Representative Vincent, the mayor, of course, Mayor Rizzo, members of the school committee and city council, and veterans most especially here tonight as we honor our veterans. Today and throughout the next 3 or 4 days, we as a city, as a state, and as a country are going to be coming together to honor our veterans. It always reminds me, especially during elections, how special our veterans are to our country and the sacrifices that they made, how important they are to our country. As we run for office this past Tuesday, think about that. Were it not for our veterans, we might not have that privilege. Actually, to be honest with you, as Speaker, I wish I wouldn't have to run again, but that's another story. But just think about that. Think about the fact also that we live in a country where this weekend, today, tomorrow, whatever, you can practice any religion that you want because of our veterans. You can raise your families in complete freedom, and you can raise your voice whenever you feel that you have to let people know what your exact feelings are on a particular issue. And all of these various freedoms liberties I'm talking about come back to a group of people, our veterans. So today as we come together And as we often do during elections, we hear what's good about this country, what's bad about this country. Should we be in the Middle East? Should we not be doing this or that? Whatever. But you always have to remember one simple thing. No matter how you may feel or no matter what your opinion may be, when you compare us to other countries in this world, we live in the greatest country in the world. And as we come today and again throughout the next couple of days, and actually I hope each and every day, let us ask God to protect all of our veterans and watch over them. And I ask you, may God bless the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, may God bless the United States of America, and may God bless especially those who fought to keep us free. Thank you very much.
Speaker, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're going to be here a few minutes? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next person that we have to say a couple of words we're going to welcome is sort of a newcomer on the block, but she's been around Revere a long time. She's been at the State House for quite a long time, and now just recently elected as a new representative. We have Rosalie Vincent, please. Welcome, Mr. Representative.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. How are you? It's wonderful to be here tonight. Thank you, Mayor Rizzo, distinguished guests, Nick Bua, Ira, Al, and obviously Mr. Speaker and the rest of our distinguished guests. Veterans Day really is a special day where we come to thank all of our veterans, past, present, and future, for their service, for their sacrifice, and for their love of our country. And tonight we're here at our local Beachmont V.F.W. doing just that. We're here to honor those who have fought valiantly for our country. And I would like to thank all of you for your bravery, for your courage, and for your service to the people of our great country. You are really all my heroes. As your new state representative, I would like to just take a quick quote from the late Bill Reinstein. I remember going to events with him, and he would go to veterans events, and he would say this one sentence, and it was, I found, very moving and very powerful. And I want to say the same sentence to all of you veterans who are here tonight. And a quote from Bill Reinstein, he said, "I never had the honor of fighting with you, but I now have the privilege of fighting for you at the State House." And I just want you to know that that's exactly how I feel. I never had the privilege of fighting with you, but between Speaker DeLeo and myself and Senator Petroselli, you can trust that here at the State House, we will fight for whatever we can do for our veterans. In closing, nothing we can say or do can repay the debt that is owed our veterans, but at least we can offer our gratitude and promise that we shall never forget and will always offer to support. And I hope upon leaving this evening's ceremony, we continue to honor the memory of our servicemen who have passed by supporting our brave veterans of today. So thank you all. God bless our veterans and keep them safe, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you. Okay, I have the privilege now of introducing members of the Revere City Council that are here. We have Councilor at Large Bob Hass and Councilor at Large Stephen Morabito. Now, if anybody else came in right now, I don't see anybody. Okay, we have members of the school committee. I know Carol Ty, please. And I have Donna Wood Pruitt behind me. There we are over here. And Susan Gravelisi, right over there. Now, if again, I'm going to ask, did I miss anybody as they walked in? No. Okay, great. So that's out of the way. This is, again, a very special night that we plan to do, and we have a bunch of people that made this possible. And again, we never really hear the word no, and thank God for that, because otherwise events like this couldn't be possible. First, I'd like to thank Danny Liberto at Liberto's Pastry. He donated the pastry tonight. He's always there for us. And we have all the organizations here. We have the Revere Moose Club. We have the Patriots Club, both the VFW here, who give us the hall, who they come out. We're going to introduce the girls in a minute, the Ladies Auxiliary that work so hard to help us here for the evening. So it's a really great night. There's another gentleman right here that I'd like to introduce, his name has been mentioned a few times, and I'd like him just to come up here, is Mr. Nick Boer. He's our Veteran Service Agent right there. Nick, you got a couple of words you'd like to say? Welcome our veterans here.
As always, I want to thank Al and Ira for doing such a great job every year. And it is a pleasure to be here tonight to see all the same familiar faces. And I thank the speaker, Mr. Speaker, thank you for everything that you do for our veterans. You're always there. Never questions anything. He's there. And our representatives, our mayor, everyone is always there for us. So thank you. And right now I would like to present. Can I do it now?
Go ahead.
I had to ask permission here. I would like to make a presentation to an individual who does so much for our community. When the moving wall was here, he volunteered countless hours for us. Anything we ask for when we participate, anything for the veterans, he's always there. And when he can't, he feels bad. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is not a veteran, but he is a veterans person. And I would like to have Rick Labadini come up. And I want to have, we have a certificate for him for everything that he does for our veterans.
Good job, Mel. You're always there, buddy.
Rick he's a very humble person, and we love him very, very much. And as I said, no matter what we ask of him, he's always there. And Rick?
Hold on, let's get these. You want to get the picture? Are you through?
Oh,
read it, yeah. Read it. You can get to read that then. Good.
Certificate of Appreciation presented to Rick Labadini for your hard work, volunteering at events for all veterans, and assisting in beautifying our city. Certificate is presented by the Revere Veterans Committee and the City of Revere on this day, November, in the year of 2014. Signed by Al Terminello, Ira Novoselsky, and myself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
I wanted to twist.
Yeah, okay, they can do it again. Rick, again, thanks. Congratulations, pal. Let's get a picture. Thanks, Nick. Thank you very much. Nick Boer. And believe me, when veterans call his office, they get answers to any problems they have, and if he doesn't have the answer, he gets it. So we're very lucky to have such a hard-working veterans agent here in Revere. Tonight, as always, the last few, since we've started, we have a select group of people here that I'm honored to have here, and they're from the Chelsea Soldiers Home, and they're at tables 1 and 2 over here, and it really is very, very heartwarming for me to have them here for dinner and to be part of the ceremony every year. Well, this year we had 14 or 15 of them, and we had no way to get them here. So again, We went to our endless supply of people to call, and the word no is never brought up. So we'd like to ask Vin Giarusso to come up here, please. He was here. He left. Oh, well, there's an awkward moment, isn't it? He was here. That's why I didn't even bother even looking. Well, I'm going to just tell you the story. Vin Giarusso, what's the name of it? North Shore Shuttle. I just wanted to make sure I got the right name. North Shore Shuttle. He said whatever it takes. So he supplied a van and a driver, and because of his generosity and again that never say no attitude, we're welcoming some of the people that mean the world to me to have him here tonight from the Chelsea Soldiers Home. Well, we did have a citation for Vin, and we'll get that over to him. But I guess. You want to read it anyway? Does it say something different? You actually do you think this out? Wow. Well, I'm going to read this. Easy words. Oh, easy words. Okay. Vin Giarusso of the North Shore Shuttle, for your devoted working. You have a devoted work in assisting in hiring our veterans. This certificate is presented by the Revere Veterans Committee and the City of Revere. And again, Vin, you'll see this on TV once in a while, I'm sure, after we run it. Thank you so very much. And on behalf of, I'm sure, the residents of the Chelsea Soldiers Home, they thank you also. Okay. Hope that wasn't money. No, okay. Now, we have a couple other citations to give out here. Our first one is the host post for this year's event. Is the Jewish War Veterans Prince Strauss Grauman Post 161, Commander Joseph Cole. Yep. And Commander, the microphones are yours. You know, you got to hold both. There you go.
Few words. Enough. Thank you very much. Just want to tell a very short story. Last week, my wife and I went down to Washington, D.C., just for a few days, and we made a point of going to the World War II Memorial. And if you've ever seen it, it's very well done. But point is, we could see one group that turned out to be from Texas. They were an honor flight, and all their escorts. And as we were leaving the bowl, there was a park volunteer asking for volunteers to line the exit because there was another group coming in from South Carolina. And they came in wheelchairs, walking with their escorts, and at least one person had his Medal of Honor on. So it was a very nice moment that we weren't planning on. So if you could ever go to Washington, D.C., that's a point to see because they're getting honor flights all the time. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. You can read this one.
Being a member of the Jewish War Veterans and the past National Commander, it's my honor to present this to Joe. And the Jewish War Veterans are very active in Revere. We may be small, but we have great hearts, big hearts. We take care of Revere High School with scholarships every year. The Jewish War Veterans have their Brotherhood program where they honor high school kids. For 61 years now, we've been running this program. And it's a great program for the high school kids to have these kids that help after school. It's not an academic program. It's something that they do to help people. And we give out $4,500 worth of scholarships in February. And it's a great feeling for all of us. And this year we have Dan Clark, as we have been for the last 5 or 6 years. Our ROTC kids come in and present our colors for us. And we're honored to have it. And I'm glad to present tonight to you the Jewish War Veterans and Joe Cole and this citation from the Revere Veterans Committee in the city, an acknowledgement of your extraordinary, distinguished, and meritorious achievement in the ongoing efforts to honor and support our nation's and Revere's veterans, and for being the host veterans organization for the City of Revere Memorial Day program in 2014. Yeah, Memorial Day.
veterans.
Yeah, but this is for last Memorial Day. You always have to get your 2 cents in, don't you?
You get yours.
Don't ever hire him, whatever you do.
He doesn't like to be challenged.
This certificate is presented by the Revere Veterans Committee and the City of Revere on this 8th day of November in the year of 2014, the Jewish year of 5775. See, we're a lot older than you guys. And it's signed by Al Terminello, myself, and Nick Boer as co-chairman of the event, and to Joe and to our Jewish War veterans. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll hold the microphone. Joe, step out here. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
What's next?
What's next? Okay. The reason why they keep saying that Al Terminello signed those things is a lot of people just probably don't believe that I know how to write. But anyway, the next group that we have up here, you taking my notes? Taking my notes? Is the American Legion Post 61. These guys during the year are wonderful to me in IRA. They open their doors, they open their hearts, and we use it as kind of like an office. That's basically what it is. We live there. Everything that we do, we run out of the Legion, and they let us, come and go out of there, and we can't thank them enough. That does. I know we're a pain in the neck sometimes, but they do so much to help us out. We run our barbecues during the summer. We store our food. They open it up so we can drop off meat, bring in pastry, whatever it takes. So I just want to take this moment to thank them very much for their indulgence with us. And I'd like to bring up Commander Bill Chisholm to accept this certificate. Commander, thank you so very much for all you do.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thanks, man. Stay here, stay here.
Come up here, we up here.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, you get to know you can read another one.
The reason he's letting me read this is he can't say the words. And this is a certificate of appreciation presented to the American Legion Post 61 in Revere, Mass. In acknowledgement of your extraordinary, distinguished, and meritorious achievement in the ongoing efforts to honor and support our nation's and Revere veterans, and for supporting the summer barbecues and other events for the City of Revere in 2014. This certificate is presented by the Revere Veterans Committee and the City of Revere on this 8th day of November in the year 2014, and signed by the same 3 guys. But let me say this too. The guys from the Legion, when I say other events, people don't realize that we have a food program, a food bank in Revere that is run for veterans. And Nick, where's Nick? Nick, where are you? Hello? He left? Another one left, okay. Well, anyway, they run a program every month, for veterans that need food. And they get the Boston Food Bank brings the food over, and the American Legion lets us use the hall. Hey, Nick, you decided to come back? Huh? Okay. He's working. He's always working. He's working 24/7. Right, Deb? Anyway, so they have this food bank, and and they run it. What day, Nick? Wednesdays? First Wednesday of the month, and I'll tell you, we service 300 veterans a month that get food, bags of food. And we have to thank the American Legion for the use of the hall, because before they were running it out of his office downstairs in the basement of the Legion building. And I said, Nick, why don't you run it upstairs? Well, do you think they'll let us? Nick, they'll always let you do anything you want to do. The Legion has an open door policy. They volunteer their time in their room for the recreation department in the city of Revere, for Halloween, for Christmas, for other events during the summer, for the barbecue, not the barbecues, but the concerts that the mayor runs every Sunday during the summertime. People come in there, and now they have a Boy Scout program in there that come and use the hall once a week. Excuse me? I don't want to do that. I don't want to go there. So anyway, but Nick, and this is for you, Bill, and the boys, and thank them for me and everybody else. Thank you.
Thank you again. Always. We have a All right, I'm back to semi-reading. Just I can almost remember most of this, but God help me if I forget anybody, so I keep it written down. The next post that we want to acknowledge and thank is the Beachmont V.F.W. here, post 6712, and its commander, Bob DeAngelis. Again, this isn't possible without the commander. This isn't possible without the ladies' auxiliary that's here. None of this is possible. And again, all year, whatever we ask, whatever we want, it's come in, whatever we can do for you, help me. We're treated with the utmost gracious respect around here, and I can't thank him enough. So, Commander DeAngelis, I know he's here. Well, we'll get to him later. He's probably in the back somewhere, but I know he's here. This is a special Veterans Day for me, personally, to a point, is my oldest grandson is joining the Navy. 6 years. And he signed up. He's all set to go, and he's leaving the day after Veterans Day, the 12th. So he'll be leaving for 6 years. I hope I see him in between that, but I want to wish him the best. Thank you. Okay. Then we have another post. Right? Okay. Page 2. Again, another post. Never, always there. Whatever we ask, whatever we want to run, something is the Leon J. Matola post 4524. Is there anybody here representing the post? Here we go. Come on up. Oh, we don't have. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Never mind. We're all set.
Stay there,
It's Commander Dennis Michella, and we have some representatives from the post over there. And again, we'd like to thank them for all they do during the year for the veterans. We have a couple of years ago, all the veterans posts and veterans organizations got together, and they said, "Why don't we, put things together into perspective?" To say, well, if you're going to have something this day, or if you have some problems with some of the guys, if they have complaints, we ought to have like a general council. So a couple of years ago, we formed the Revere Allied Veterans Council. And again, what it is it's just kind of a get-together of a couple of guys from every post and around the area, and see what we can do, or if we're going to run an event, whatever we need to do. And that's headed by President and veteran from Revere is Morris Morris. Is he here? Morris, take a bow. There you are. Morris is always there for everything. And again, I mentioned other clubs, the Revere Patriots Civic Club, the Revere Elks. Again, with all their support, we couldn't be here. Okay. Now, the last but not least, what I like to call him out here is the president of the VFW Auxiliary, June Dunn. June, and bring the girls out here. Believe me. June? Okay. She's here. These girls, especially June, believe me, there's about, 20 phone calls that were made over the past week just to make sure that this all went together. Do you have tablecloths? How many tables? How many chairs? What time you coming? What time you going? We do this, but we walked in, the tables were set, the chairs were there, and that's all because of those girls. So again, can we have a round of applause for June Dunn and the Ladies Auxiliary here at Post 6712. Okay, I just have a special a special hello to veterans from a friend of mine, a friend of mine, Mickey Casoli. He couldn't be here; he's not feeling well, but he wants to send his very best. And also, past commander of 6712 Revere Veterans Bob Gatchell, who's also not feeling too well. He sends his best and wishes he could be here to celebrate this evening. Right immediately following these services, we're not, but we're going to be having dinner, and we'll have raffles and so forth, and we have another couple of presentations to be made here, and I'm going to bring in my co-chairman, and one of my closest friends is Ira Novoselsky.
Thank you, Al. we really don't have a presentation, but we want to present people. And for many years, this organization has donated to us, but for the, one of the first times that they've really come to join us tonight is our Revere Elks Lodge from Shirley Ave. And we want to thank them for buying the table and joining us tonight on Veterans Day. They are great on veterans. I know on one day, I don't know, is it the Thanksgiving, Mo, that you have the Soldiers Home people to come up? They invite the Soldiers Home folks down to the Elks Lodge in Shirley Ave for a Thanksgiving dinner on the 22nd of November. And I've seen them down there, and they build a special ramp just for those folks to be able to get into the facility. And we thank you for that, folks. Thank you very much. And a couple people came today and said to us actually last week, said, do you need any help? And we always hear from this young lady, whenever you need help, just let me know. I'll come down and help you. And another young lady that called me for the first time because her son happens to be in the Air Force and wanted to help the veterans. And I want to introduce helpers for tonight, Pam Anderson and Fran Mazzio. So with that, I think we didn't forget anybody. I know you see a couple extra empty tables here. We did, those tables were purchased by the Patriot Civic Club.
Yeah, Patriot Civic
and
Club.
they donate to us every year. And who else was
We
it?
had other people that.
Yeah, there were plenty others that bought tickets.
Not even in
We did. We still feel comfortable with tonight, and we thank everybody for coming. And the food will be ready in a couple minutes. Hold up. Oh, yes, thank you. This year is the 100th anniversary, and a lot of you may not know. Morris may remember. This year is the 100th anniversary of World War I. The beginning of the end, Mr. Mayor. Beginning of the end. Beginning of World War I. Beginning of it. So this Monday morning at 9:30, 9 o'clock, in front of the American Legion, and I believe this is the first time that I can remember, because I don't go back that far, that there will be a ceremony in front of the American Legion building at 9, commemorating the 100th anniversary of World War I. There is a monument there. It will be in front of that monument, and we want to thank Mayor Rizzo for putting this together. 9:30. Check on that. 9:30 Monday morning. So if anybody's available and wants to come down and join us, please do so. Okay? Anything else? Anybody else?
I don't think we forgot anybody because nobody looks mad.
Oh. Does anybody feel like the Abbott and Costello were here?
Okay.
But anyway,
Let me,
I don't think we forgot anybody.
No, let me finish this up. Okay, I do have one thing that I probably should have done at the beginning, but I'd like to do now before we close, is can I have everybody who can please rise? I'd like to have a moment of silence for all our troops that are serving overseas at this time. And lost comrades. Thank you very much. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to conclude our official ceremony here for Veterans Day. There's still a lot to go. Be seated, please. And I want to officially, again, thank you for being here, for everybody who supports the veterans here in Revere and our organization all year long. My heartfelt thanks to you all, because without your support, we don't get special guests like we have from the Chelsea Soldiers Home. We can't honor the veterans that help give us everything. It's really a treat to do this. I have a lot of fun, and I'm glad to see everybody here every year doing this and enjoying such a great night. So we're going to have food. We have dancing from our friend DJ Ella Bella. And again, my heartfelt thanks to everybody to be here tonight. So this concludes the official portion of the Revere Veterans celebration. And again, thank you and good night.